Have mornings become quieter, but heavier? Maybe you open your eyes to sunlight spilling softly across the room, but your body doesn't quite want to move yet. Maybe your feet touch the floor with hesitation. Your hands reach for the edge of the bed, steadying yourself, not out of fear, just caution. A pause, a breath, and then the day begins, but not like it used to. Not like when mornings had a natural rhythm, when getting up didn't feel like a small chore. When your joints didn't creak a little louder and your legs didn't feel like they'd been asleep longer than you had. Maybe you've noticed the stairs feel taller lately, or that your balance isn't what it was. You reach for railings more often. You sit down with a little more care. And sometimes, you wonder if this slow unraveling of energy is just part of aging. If you're over 60, you're not imagining things. That stiffness in your back. That sigh before getting up. That moment of quiet when you ask yourself, is this my new normal? It's your body asking for something, but not a pill, not another doctor's visit, and not more sleep. It's asking for something simpler, something you may already have in your kitchen cabinet. Something warm, gentle, familiar. Oatmeal. Yes, that humble, soft bowl of oats. The one you may have eaten as a child, stirred for your kids, or quietly made on cold mornings. The one you might not think twice about. But oatmeal, when eaten in the right way at the right time, can quietly begin to change the way your body wakes up. It's not magic, it's nourishment, timed right. In quiet kitchens across the country, many seniors are rediscovering this old friend, not the instant packets, not the sugary kind, but real, slow-cooked oats, paired with a few powerful additions and eaten within the first hour of waking up. And what's happening is remarkable. More steady steps, better mornings, less fatigue, stronger muscles, clearer thinking. Not because oatmeal is trendy, but because when your body is gently supported, it remembers how to restore itself. This isn't about changing your whole life, just one small shift, one quiet bowl, one calm moment, where you choose to nourish, not just eat. So before you reach for the same old breakfast tomorrow, pause. Consider what's waiting in that little bag of oats in your pantry. It might be more than a meal. It might be your new beginning. Hey, ready to find out how to turn a simple bowl of oatmeal into a morning ritual that rebuilds strength, steadies balance, and renews your energy? Stick with me. The real story and the real steps are just ahead. You wake up. You stand slowly. Maybe you hold on to the edge of the bed or pause before heading to the bathroom, just to make sure your legs are ready. It doesn't feel like fear exactly. More like carefulness, caution. A quiet negotiation between your body and your will. And it's not just the mornings. Throughout the day, you might catch yourself reaching for the back of a chair as you walk by, or sighing more than usual when bending down to pick something up. That little voice inside that says, "Take your time now." The stairs you've climbed for decades, they feel steeper. The grocery bags feel heavier. You move a bit slower through the aisles, scanning shelves with less urgency and more effort. And maybe, just maybe, you've started to organize your days around how tired you might feel. This, many are told, is just part of growing older. You're not alone in that message. Doctors call it normal. Commercials market products around it. And even friends might say, that's just age catching up. But here's the truth. Not all of it is aging. Not all of it is inevitable. Some of it is something else. Some of it is silent undernourishment. Not hunger, not dieting, not skipping meals. But a quiet, unnoticed gap between what your body needs and what it's actually getting, especially in the first hours of your day. You see, many older adults eat familiar meals. Toast, a cup of coffee, maybe some fruit, sometimes cereal, easy, quick, dependable. It fills the stomach. It gets the day going. But here's what it doesn't always do. Nourish. Not in the way your body now needs. Because as we age, our cells change. Digestion slows. Muscle repair takes longer. Inflammation creeps in, silently stiffening joints, fogging the brain, sapping energy. And when we eat meals that are too light, too sweet, or lacking in the right nutrients, especially in the morning, we miss the one window of the day when our body is most ready to rebuild. That first meal isn't just breakfast anymore. It's a message. It tells your body we're starting strong, or it says nothing, and your body continues in slow mode, repair mode delayed, energy on standby. That's why, despite getting a full night's sleep, you might still feel drained before noon. Why your legs don't quite feel as responsive as they used to. Why a short walk feels longer than it should. And why, even when you're eating well, something still feels off. You've worked hard all your life. You've built homes, raised families, helped others, shown up again and again. You deserve more than to feel like your body is slipping out from under you. You deserve to feel steady, strong, even joyful in the morning again. But the good news is it doesn't take a complete overhaul. It doesn't require gyms or programs or giving up the foods you love. It begins with understanding what's missing, what your body is quietly asking for, not with pain, but with patterns. The little signs, that longer pause before standing, the early afternoon knack that feels less like rest and more like retreat, the subtle frustration when buttons feel harder to fasten, or when you glance at the steps and wonder if they'll be manageable today. None of this makes you weak. It just means your body is waiting for something it can use. Something real, something warm, something timed just right. For some, that change begins with something as simple as a bowl of properly prepared oatmeal, eaten within an hour of waking. But before we get there, let's understand one more thing, the power of timing. Because no matter how wholesome your food is, if it comes too late, after your muscles have already gone into energy conservation mode, you're playing catch-up all day long. And over time, that catch-up becomes harder, the gaps wider, the fatigue deeper. But if you give your body what it needs, before it asks too loudly, something begins to shift. You notice your steps feel more sure, your hands steadier, your thoughts a little clearer. Not overnight, but day by day, spoon by spoon. Because your body remembers how to rebuild. It just needs the chance. And that chance, it starts with your morning plate and what you choose to put on it. Let's take another look at that quiet bowl sitting in your pantry. Oatmeal, you've probably had it before. Maybe plain, maybe with sugar and milk, maybe in a rush, maybe in comfort. It's one of those foods that feels like it's always been there. Warm, soft, simple. But today, let's look at oatmeal not as a filler, but as fuel. Not as a breakfast habit, but as a morning message to your body. You see, when you're over 60, the way your body receives food and responds to it changes. Not because you're broken, but because your systems have shifted into a new phase, a slower phase, one that waits for clearer signals. And what if oatmeal, prepared a certain way, could be that signal? What if one worn bowl could whisper to your muscles, "Wake up, it's time to build again"? Could tell your brain, "Here's the energy you need," without the crash. And nudge your joints, "You're supported. Let's move with ease today." It sounds simple, maybe even too simple, but the truth is, your body doesn't need more complexity. It needs consistency and clarity. So, here's what makes this old food quietly powerful. Oats are slow-burning fuel. They release energy steadily, not in a burst like sugar or white bread, but in a rhythm. That rhythm keeps your blood sugar balanced, your energy even, and your mood more stable throughout the day. And inside those oats are beta-glucans, fibers that help lower inflammation, ease digestion, and feed the good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, calmer nerves, and less discomfort after meals. But oatmeal alone isn't the whole picture. It's what you add and when you eat it that makes it powerful. When you combine oats with a source of protein, like Greek yogurt, nut butter, or eggs, and a healthy fat, like chia seeds, flax, or olive oil, you're creating something much more than breakfast. You're creating a recovery formula designed by nature, and when you eat it within 30-60 minutes of waking, your muscles, which have been fasting all night, are at their most absorbent. This is your body's natural nutrient window. It's like a sponge, ready to soak up what it needs to rebuild, repair, and energize. Miss this window and the opportunity fades, but use it just once a day, and the results add up. Day by day, spoon by spoon, your body begins to listen. Your legs might feel a little lighter, your hands steadier when you reach for a glass. That afternoon dip in energy? It doesn't hit quite as hard. And here's the beauty of it. There's no rush, no pressure, no perfect recipe. You can make it your own. You can cook it slow on the stove with a pinch of cinnamon, or in the microwave with almond milk and berries. You can stir in a spoonful of nut butter, or crumble in a boiled egg on the side. No need for powders, no need for pills. Just real food, gently prepared, thoughtfully timed, because that's what your body recognizes. Not trends, not slogans, like quiet, consistent care. And if you're thinking, can it really make a difference? The answer is yes, not in one day, but in the slow, meaningful way that aging gracefully demands. Because here's the truth that many forget to tell you. You are still rebuilding, even now, even today, even after 60, 70, or 80 years of living. Your body is listening every morning. It's waiting for the right signal. And maybe, just maybe, that signal is sitting in your kitchen, waiting too. So let's say you've made the decision. You're ready to try it, to turn that quiet bowl of oatmeal into something more. Not just food, but fuel. Not just breakfast, but a gentle rebuild. The beauty of this shift is, it doesn't require perfection. It only requires presence. You don't need fancy tools. You don't need to be a good cook. You don't need a new lifestyle. Just a few simple ingredients, a spoon, and about 15 quiet minutes in the morning. Let's begin with the foundation, the oats. Choose old-fashioned rolled oats if you can. They're less processed and provide more fiber than instant kinds. But if all you have is quick oats, that's okay. This isn't about making it hard. It's about making it yours. Here's a basic muscle-friendly recipe. In a small pot, add 1/2 cup of rolled oats and 1 cup of water or milk, dairy or unsweetened almond oat milk. Let it simmer gently for 5 to 7 minutes until soft and creamy. Now comes the secret to turning this into a recovery meal. The right add-ins. Start with protein, a spoonful of almond butter or peanut butter, or a dollop of plain Greek yogurt, or even 1 soft-boiled egg on the side. Protein is what your muscles are quietly craving in the morning, especially after a long night of fasting. Even a small amount helps trigger the body to rebuild. Next, add a source of healthy fat. 1 teaspoon of ground flaxseed or chia seeds, or a drizzle of olive oil. Yes, even in oatmeal. These not only help with inflammation, but also keep your brain sharp and your energy steady. Then come the antioxidants and minerals. A small handful of berries, fresh or frozen, a sprinkle of cinnamon or turmeric, a pinch of sea salt for trace minerals. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar, so you don't crash mid-morning. Turmeric quietly soothes inflammation. And berries? They offer your cells a boost of color, flavor, and repair. The final touch? Timing. Try to eat this bowl within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. This is when your muscles are most awake and ready to receive. Think of it like this. After a night of quiet stillness, your body is listening for signals. If you feed it well, early, it moves into healing. If you delay too long, it falls back into survival mode. And what about movement? It doesn't have to be big. Right after you eat, try 10 minutes of gentle motion. No gym, no machines, no pressure. Just a few quiet movements in your kitchen or living room, done with intention. Here's a simple routine you can follow. March in place 1 minute. Lift your knees slowly. Let your arms move naturally. Breathe. Arm circles. 30 seconds forward. 30 seconds back. Loosen up the shoulders. Feel the space around you open. Chair leg lifts, 10 per leg. Sit tall, lift one leg, hold for 3 seconds, then switch. This strengthens thighs and helps with balance. Wall push-offs, 8 to 10 reps. Hands on the wall, lean in, push gently out. Works your arms and chest without pressure. Side-to-side steps, 1 minute. Step slowly to each side. This movement supports hip stability and lateral balance. Neck and shoulder rolls, 30 seconds. Release tension, reset your posture, come back into your body. If standing is difficult, do all these seated. What matters is not intensity, but intention. These small movements help your body absorb the nutrients you just gave it. They turn food into function. They wake up blood flow, activate muscles, and send a message to your whole system. We're building, we're moving, we're alive. And here's the truth. You don't have to do this forever. Just try it for 7 days. 7 mornings of nourishment. 7 mornings of slow movement. 7 mornings where you choose your strength, not just your routine. And the changes? They won't shout. They'll whisper. You'll stand up a little taller. You'll walk with more ease. You might find you're less tired by mid-morning, or that your thoughts feel a bit clearer, your steps more sure. It's not magic. It's the body doing what it was made to do, when you give it what it needs. 1 bowl, 1 breath, 1 quiet start. Some things in life happen slowly, quietly, soft as a sunrise. You may not notice the exact moment your body begins to feel different, a little lighter, a little steadier, a little more capable. But day by day, it adds up. 1 nourishing bowl, 1 calm moment, 1 kind decision in the early hours of your morning, and something begins to shift. Not just in your muscles, not just in your joints, but in the way you move through your day, the way you greet yourself in the mirror, the way you trust your own 2 feet again. Because this isn't just about oatmeal, or food, or movement. It's about sending a message to your body that says, I'm still here. I still care. I'm not giving up on you, and I know you haven't given up on me. It's about sending a message to your body that says, I'm still here. I still care. I'm not giving up on you, and I know you haven't given up on me. There's something beautiful about that, especially in a world that often tells us once we reach a certain age, it's time to slow down, to sit back, to let go. But what if aging isn't about fading? What if it's about returning to strength, to balance, to confidence? What if the way forward isn't complicated, but comfortingly simple? Just 1 warm bowl of nourishment, 1 gentle set of movements. 1 new morning rhythm that reminds your body you are not done yet. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, before the noise of the day rushes in, before the shoulds and schedules begin, give yourself this gift. Take a deep breath, step into your kitchen, prepare a small bowl, move for 10 minutes. Not to fix anything, but to begin again. Because you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your future. And if something in you whispers, maybe this won't work for me, that's okay. Try it anyway. Try it gently. Try it not to prove anything, but to remind yourself you're still worth showing up for. If you felt seen in this video, if you felt encouraged, we hope you'll stay with us. Subscribe for more gentle, real-world ways to support your body and spirit. No fads, no fear, just quiet strength. And if you're ready to begin, Just type a butterfly or I'm in the comments. We'll be there, cheering you on. Because morning by morning, you are rebuilding, and that is something worth celebrating.